Our team coverage continues right now. NBC5 investigates how a military deployment would unfold in Chicago. And the question, what it would look like, especially with so much opposition.
We've seen it happen in LA and in D.C., but what would it look like here? Our investigative reporter Chuck Goudie joining us now with some answers to those most nagging questions. Chuck?
Allison, Stephan, if President Trump federalized the National Guard in Chicago allegedly to combat crime, these boots on the ground here are likely to look similar to the military presence right now in Washington, D.C. and earlier this summer in Los Angeles. Perhaps L.A., the closest analogy to Chicago, where the California National Guard was deployed by Mr. Trump against strong opposition from state and city Democratic leaders there. But tonight, here as there, the troopers will come well prepared for an urban mission.
Ready?
This summer, Illinois National Guard units training in Marseilles at the sprawling Army National Guard facility southwest of Chicago. During training here a few weeks ago, they were rehearsing for future battlegrounds in unknown locales. But with President Trump putting Chicago in his sights, their deployment may be right in their own backyard. During the summer, they carried M4 rifles and trained with service-issued M17 pistols, the same weapons now being carried by National Guard troopers here in Washington, D.C., sent on patrol with live ammo for the first time in recent days. And in Washington, the Guard staffing is from numerous other states, from Ohio, and these soldiers from West Virginia, along with this contingent from South Carolina. Tonight, nearly 2,300 soldiers and airmen on duty in D.C. If the Pritzker administration can't figure out how to block the president's action, the National Guard presence here is likely to be primarily troopers from Illinois. While Governor Pritzker tonight says it would be illegal and unconstitutional for President Trump to federalize the Illinois National Guard for counter-crime patrols in Chicago, the governor's recourse would be in front of a judge. That is where the Democratic California governor, Gavin Newsom, landed to challenge Trump's similar deployment order in L.A., but out there, the military came and went before Newsom won in court, and even now, that is on appeal.
So we can learn from others, but does Governor Pritzker stand a better chance of actually stopping Trump's deployment before it happens than Governor Newsom had that chance?
You know, that's hard to say. Governor Pritzker's challenge will be in Chicago federal court. That will take a few weeks at least to play out. And even if Pritzker wins, President Trump will appeal just as he did out in California against Newsom. It is a little like the theory that you take action and ask for forgiveness later.
So let me ask you this. Where would these National Guard troops be actually deployed? Where would they be positioned in the city? What kind of role exactly would they be doing?
That really is the big question, Stephan. Those are the wild card questions. In Washington, they patrol mostly major tourist spots, the National Mall, museum areas, popular monuments, even though violent crime is mostly spread elsewhere. And if that became the Chicago playbook, troopers would be on the Gold Coast and Navy Pier. But as in D.C., most Chicago bloodshed is in the neighborhoods, not necessarily in areas with nice backdrops for photo ops.
So stay tuned what happens next, because Trump is making it sound like he could do it at any time, but hasn't given any communication to the city or the state.
And as you heard him say, maybe he'll just roll the dice and send them in anyway.
Right.
Do whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. If you want to see the full news conference with the governor and with the mayor today, we have it on our website. Just click on NBCChicago.com. You can watch it there, or you can download the free NBC Chicago app.